It's true, not everything at Dollar Tree is worth your money. However, the products, hacks, and hidden gems I'm sharing today absolutely are, and they definitely get the whiskey stamp of approval. Hey everybody, you're watching Whiskey and Wit. My name is Whitney, and a huge welcome back to my Whiskey Craft Buddies. Also, a huge thank you to Berga for sponsoring today's video. I love all the natural light that comes in our sunroom, but these blinds are the bane of my existence to keep clean. So I recently tried one of these bath mitts to get it wet and get my hand in between the slats of the blinds better, because Dollar Tree does sell hand mitt cleaners, but it doesn't work for my blinds. My hand gets caught. It's so frustrating. Here, it's got enough grit to it that it is going to get off that gunk from your blinds, but it is not going to hurt anything. The nice thing is it grabs all that dirt and dust and you can throw it right in your washing machine. I'm a big fan of the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser for getting marks off of things as it's intended, but I also love them as a dupe for the Scrub Daddy little lint picker upper. This is great on windows, windowsills. It's going to pick up all that dirt, dust, and grime, and then when you're done, you can just rinse this off and you're going to wash away all that gunk and you can move on to the next one. The next time you are in the medication aisle at Dollar Tree, grab yourself one of these large clear pill organizers. What you're going to do is take some acetone nail polish remover. It needs to be acetone, and this is in real time. You just put it on a cotton ball and the words rub right off. I bought this specifically for my colored zipper pulls because I got a multi-pack on Amazon and it was driving me nuts that I couldn't find the color that I wanted. So these are going to be nice and organized in my drawer. But there are so many different uses you can use for this for little bits and baubles. You can organize jewelry. You could organize like small nails and screws if you've got specific ones, whether it be for your glasses. I'm also using another one for sewing labels. So really anything small that you need to organize, these are great. I also love both the small and large hardware organizers for crafting little bits and baubles as well. This is the small case in the hardware section at Dollar Tree, and then they also have these larger cases. Now, I would definitely recommend going with the ones in the hardware section because if you buy the stationery section ones, look at these. They've got a curve on the top, which if you're using all the Jot brands, they will lock together, but if you have a flat one, you're not going to be able to stack it on the top of this. So I would steer clear of those and head to the hardware section. You can organize all the little things. I find when spring comes and I wear shorter sleeve shirts, I want to wear bracelets, but I have such a hard time hooking them. So this is an oldie but a goodie, a Craft Buddy favorite. Grab yourself some tape either from the Dollar Tree stationery section or from your own house, whatever kind you have will work. You're going to tape part of the bracelet on that acts as a third hand for you. Clip it, remove the tape. I just keep a thing of tape in with my jewelry now because it's that much of a game changer. Another Dollar Tree must grab for me in the spring are these scalloped plates. That is because these can transform your regular everyday plates into something seasonal that's really easy to store for the next year. I like to use these napkins as well as these scallop plates on top of my white square plates that I already have at home. Then I can transition for a bunch of different holidays, everything from Easter and just general spring. I did a Valentine's Day setup in my Valentine's Day video, so I grab packs of these so I will have colors all year long. Dollar Tree planters and pots are awesome this year. They've got so many different options. I shared some stone and some other options in my last Dollar Tree hacks video, but these were new. They came in black, gray, and white, and I grabbed the white one to actually do an organizational hack. Our back door was looking pretty messy with everybody dropping keys and sunglasses and hats and everything. And so I decided to use this as a sunglass corral. You can put them on the outside. It balances quite nicely and everybody can see their sunglasses so they can grab them and know where to put them back. The other great thing is if you have overflow, you can set it in the center. You can also set your keys in the center, or if there's like a little wallet or something you need to take every day, it works really well. I recently did a huge overhaul of organization with Dollar Tree stuff in our pantry. That's in my last hacks video. I will link down below for you, but it is dark. So I got myself one of these hanging lights at Dollar Tree and it is so bright. It's 3 AAA batteries. You just slide the button on and you can hang it. So I already have this command hook that holds up my apron in there. I hung it there. I can see everything in there. It's not actually hooked to the wall because sometimes Dollar Tree sticky products can rip stuff off your wall. So it is nice and bright, and I definitely would recommend this product. It's great for areas that you don't have a ton of light in. Something I think that gets neglected all the time is devices that are dirty that need to be cleaned. So here is my favorite Dollar Tree hack for laptop, computer, and TV screens. You're going to start with a dry microfiber cloth. You can get off any gunk that way. And then if it's a laptop, I like to lean it so you're not pushing against your screen. You're essentially just rubbing on top of your screen like this. You can use a little bit of water misted onto that mitt to get any actual gunk and grime off, but never spray right onto the screen. Work in circular motions to get all of the gunk off, and that microfiber little mitt that is from Dollar Tree is going to really help not leave any residue on there. Bada bing, bada boom, my screen is clean and ready to be used again. Something else you should be cleaning, your phone screen. So if you haven't cleaned it lately, here is my favorite little hack that's also going to kill germs. Pop it out of the case and start with a microfiber cloth. I like the mitt from Dollar Tree for this. Then follow up with a Lysol wipe. Yes, the Lysol brand matters because they market the wipes as device safe. Make sure you steer clear of your ports, get it all clean, and then let it air dry. Now you can follow the same process with the microfiber cloth and the Lysol wipe for your case. Let that air dry, and then you can put your phone back in your case. Or you can do what I'm doing and use this as an opportunity to give your phone a spring glow up. How cute is this new case I got from Berga? How fun for spring. I love Berga because not only are their cases super cute, and they've got over 300 designs from gingham and floral to minimalistic to neutral. And I also love that it doesn't feel super generic. Their designs feel really curated. Between my phone and my laptop, they are top employees here at Whiskey and Whit. And so I cannot afford to be having a cracked screen or my camera get messed up, especially having two little boys. They just grab mom's phone, they make a break for it, and I'm like, look. And before, when I was trying to get something that would really protect my phone, it was like bulky and boring. It was not cute. And you guys know me, I want to make my stuff look cute. This case does the trick. The outside is scratch resistant, which is going to keep it looking really good for a long time. The Elite case is going to absorb up to 90% of impacts. It's got raised edges to protect both your screen and your camera. And the outside case I found is grippy enough in my hand that it's not like slipping out. On top of the gingham case, which I also got the charger pack for, which is so nice, but I'm running around at Dollar Tree and my phone's gonna die, I can just pop this on the back and still use it. I also got the matching laptop sleeve. It's got this bumper around the outside, cloud shield. It feels substantial. I've never had a laptop case this solid, which makes me think I've been doing it wrong, so I'm glad I have this now. Right now you can get 2 cases from Berga, and then you'll get 2 cases for free. So you're getting 4 for the price of 2. They've given us an additional 15% off. You can stack on top of the deal. So you're going to go to the link in the description, or you're going to scan this QR code and you're going to use my code WhiskeyX15. That's WhiskeyX15. If you remember back in January, I did a huge organization for my craft room and my wood blanks were everywhere. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. Well, Nicole popped into the comments with a genius hack to use these dish rack holders. When I tell you, I could give you a big hug right now because this is so helpful. What I did is I took 2 of them, I hooked them together with some zip ties, and then I added some of these Dollar Tree adhesive dots to the bottom to A, not have it scratch my shelf because it's metal, and B, to have it not move around. This is so nice to have a filing system now for my wooden blanks. I can see what I have. I'm not digging in the bottom of a bin, and it makes it so easy to get them in and out. And another kind of hidden feature about these Dollar Tree racks is that they've got these openings in the bottom, so I use them to hold things like garden stakes and these wood paint stir sticks. I also used my third one over by my printer to hold all my containers that hold my different types of paper, so I can easily slide them in and out without everything toppling over. I shared with you guys that I recently got into needle pointing. It is my nighttime activity instead of scrolling. And I accidentally dropped my scissors and my husband got poked with them in our bed. I know, not good. So I needed a hack out of necessity to fix that. So I grabbed one of these retractable card holders. I actually went with the red ones because you could get 3 in a pack. And what I did is I hooked those onto a lanyard I already had. Then I could hook my scissors to it. And then all you have to do is pull it out, use the scissors, put it back, and it is on my neck. Or if I just set it in the bed, that's a lot easier to see than some scissors, and I won't make that mistake again. One of my biggest pet peeves is when you have cabinet space that doesn't function well for you and it turns into a mess. So I decided to fix this top shelf of our cabinet with these containers from the Essentials line at Dollar Tree. Now I hadn't seen these before with the little lip in the front, but I thought this would be awesome for this top shelf because even with me being tall, I got to reach up to the top and pull it out, and so the little handle makes it really helpful. I sorted everything from prescriptions through Motrin and Tylenol. We've got allergy stuff. We've got stuff for coughs. This is just what we've accumulated over the years having kiddos. And now everything is labeled. I can fit 5 of these across, even with syringes, which I know I spelled wrong, but honestly, I didn't want to fix it because I had already put my label maker away. And this is awesome because the door shuts. I can pull everything out. It's so nice and organized, and everybody can find what they need when we need it. These wipes in the health and beauty care section are new to me, and I grabbed them for not their intended use, but for a hack. You can take them out, cut them into quarters, put the 3 pieces you're not going to use back in there because it's resealable, and then you can use these isopropyl alcohol wipes to clean off any of your surfaces to add Cricut decals, just regular decals, or anything you need to clean. You can do this for stencils, a ton of different things, but it is going to make your adhesion so much better, and it's so much easier than having to have a bottle of rubbing alcohol. Another crafty hack for you is to grab these chopping mats in the kitchen section and cut them to sizes that you regularly cut fabric, felt, anything. You can use these as templates. So I cut this down to a 12.5 by 10 for this iPad case that I make all the time. I love to gift it, and all I have to do is then put that on top. I can mark it, or I can run my rotary cutter very carefully down the side, and I have a really easy template I can follow instead of having to measure the same thing a bunch of times. The other thing I like to do is squares and circles, so I've got those for my needlepoint canvases as well as any of my sewing patterns, and I keep those in a bag so then that way my collection of templates are growing. I also use my P-Touch label maker to put the size on it, so in case I come across another pattern that needs a 12.5 by 10, I know I can use that same one. It's been a while since I've done a Dollar Tree haul, and this video is not a haul, but there are some items that I want to share with you and talk a little bit about them so you know what to keep your eye out for. 1, be sure to look in their fabric. They are upping their game with tons of amazing solids. Not only are these great for crafts, but they're also great for sewing. I just recently in the mystery box made some little Easter egg pouches with these, bunch of different colors for $1.25. You can't beat it. So check out Crafter's Square for this. Let's talk Easter because that's going to be coming in hot. It's April 5th this year. 1, I love these bags. I love them because I am an aunt and I don't want to give a full Easter basket because I think that that is like up to the parents and I don't want to, have them have a bunch of waste. So these are great. You can put a couple little trinkets in there. You can add their name, pull them taut, and you're good to go. But these are great. You get 2 in a pack. So I have got 2 nephews and a niece. This is going to be great for that. I love this sign. I have one that looks similar to Peter Rabbit, and I wanted 2 to kind of flank it. So this is going to go in my dining room. This was $5. It's got a kickstand in the back. They've had them before, but they also had a goose. Couldn't find the goose because I would go with Peter Rabbit too, but I love this guy. This is another plus find, but I thought this was beautiful. I stopped and turned around. They had a couple different options, but it is a table runner. It is 70 inches long. It's not a decal. It is woven into the fabric. Thought this was so pretty. It's going to look so good on my dining room tablecloth because the colors match for my, Easter setup. These were around last year, but they are out again, and I want to let you know these make great blanks. Not only do they sit up on their own, they're nice and thick. They take Mod Podge really well. I got a bunny, an Easter egg, and a carrot. Might do some crafting with Finn, but definitely pick these up if you see them and you want some Easter blanks. So last time when I shared my pantry makeover, so many of you guys said, thank you for the inspiration. This is going to get me to tackle a space. So we're going to do another one because that is going to give me the motivation to tackle this next space. So the boys' bathroom was turning into a catch-all. We have 2 sinks, but Henry doesn't need a sink yet, so Finn had his sink, and then underneath was just a crazy catch-all. Don't judge me. I am being super transparent sharing this with you. So what I thought would make a huge difference are these plastic 2-stack racks. They're $6 a piece. I grabbed 2 of them at Dollar Tree. I started by tidying up the bathroom and then assembling those. They pop together super easy, and then I put one under each side of the sink. Now here, it does not have to be perfect. What I'm doing is I'm trying to corral everything so then that way I can easily find it instead of stuff getting shoved way in the back without being able to see it. I also organized things on that side like rolls of toilet paper, and I will show you the full reveal right here at the end. Then for the other side, on top of the other bin, I got one of these stacking bins. I had an extra left over from the pantry, and I thought this would be a great way to corral our humidifiers. We have 3 because we have one for both boys and my husband and I's room because there were times where we were all sick and all needed humidifiers. So they need to be stored, and because we don't have a linen closet, they go in this extra area. And so I wanted to have an area where all the pieces were together so they will be all present and work when we need them.
I also needed to corral all of the extra Band-Aids because we had a Band-Aid container open and it was one of those like I'll deal with that later. I also used some of these plastic Dollar Tree containers to organize things like extra first aid supplies, extra toothbrushes so they didn't get dust on them or anything because they were out of the package, as well as glow sticks because we like to have glow baths at our house, so we crack the glow sticks, put them in the bathtub. Finn loves it. And these containers from Dollar Tree stacked right in the stacker container, which was great. Now, as I'm cleaning, I wanted to make sure to mention, grab yourself some microfiber towels at Dollar Tree because they will leave less residue on your mirrors. I do like to use paper towels on the sinks because I think that picks up hair better, but on the mirror, definitely use that microfiber towel. I took all of Henry's washcloths that we use for his bath and I put them on the back of the toilet for easy access. And then for Finn, I grabbed this organizer at Dollar Tree. It's perfect for his rinse cup, his toothpaste, and his toothbrush. The other great thing is it's a lot easier to clean if we get toothpaste and stuff inevitably on it than a fancier toothbrush holder. And also if it falls on the ground, it's acrylic plastic instead of a ceramic thing. So perfect for kids' bathrooms. It doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to work for you. So these systems are going to make life a lot easier because I know where things are. I was able to go through things. We can find extra toothbrushes when we need to, and it's not going to be a huge overwhelm to find what we need. So hopefully this gives you a little motivation to tackle a space in your house. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. Just get going, and a little win is a win. My oldest son just turned 6 and he is obsessed with trains, specifically BNSF diesel trains. And so I made some custom decor for his party and I wanted to share because they are Dollar Tree hacks. So up first, I bought the file on Etsy and I printed it as a 24 by 36 poster at Walgreens. Always make sure you use a discount because they will have a code. Then we're going to cut out the train, so remove all the white background, and then I combined some pieces of foam board from Dollar Tree with some masking tape to make sure it was big enough. Then I'm just going to spray some of this adhesive on the back, push it down, and then I'm going to use an X-Acto knife to cut around the outside. Super easy. I really like this Ryobi one. It works really well. Then all you need to do is cut some slanted pieces and glue them to the back to create a kickstand. You kind of have to play around with it. There's no perfect way to do it. But once you get that all figured out, it is going to sit up and it is so fun. You could do this for so many different things. Not only characters or trains like this, but you could also do photos for weddings, bachelorette parties. You could also do a big fat head for a kid's senior night or graduation. So it's really easy to do with Dollar Tree foam board. I also wanted to share with you that these railroad crossing signs are super easy to make with Dollar Tree plungers. Bet you didn't guess that one. You can find the full tutorial for that in my train birthday party video because I actually made this for him when he had a steam train birthday 2 years ago. And then I also made this large 2x6 banner from Walgreens, again with a coupon. I designed it in Canva and this is such good quality. All I needed to hang it was some Dollar Tree masking tape. You can also use painter's tape. And then we framed some cute little train pictures of Finn for around the party. So you can definitely have an awesome party on a Dollar Tree budget. Now, I'm 5'11", but there are a lot of areas in my house that I have to get a step stool to reach. And so to combat having to get that out all the time, I grab one of these little sponges as well as a stick of some sort. So whether it be this gripper, whether it be a broom handle, just something you can put on there, you're going to slide it into the handle of your sponge and then you can spray either cleaning solution right on the sponge or you can just use it to get down things like cobwebs. And then when I'm done, all I do is pop the foam sponge off and I can toss that right in my washing machine. I can grab it, do it right then, because if not, it's going to sit for weeks. Guilty. So we're going to stay on top of things and use these little tools. If you get smudges all over your stainless steel like we do, you're definitely going to want to keep some cheap shaving cream on hand as well as a microfiber towel. All you have to do is put a little bit onto your microfiber towel, rub it in, and then you can buff out any little fingerprints on your stainless steel. This is such a quick and easy hack. If you constantly have stuff falling in the cracks of your car, grab yourself some Dollar Tree towels. I like the black ones because they matched my seat interior, but you could grab whatever ones or use some from your house. I tuck them in there so then that way nothing's going to fall into the cracks, and then you can easily toss them in your washing machine and clean them for later. Something else you want to grab for your car are these facial mask sponges because you can pop them right in the bottom of your cup holders. It will catch all the condensation or the spilt pop and keep it nice and clean for you.
I hope you're leaving me today with a ton of tips, tricks, and hacks that you can use at your next Dollar Tree trip, or maybe some of these items you already have in your house, which makes it even better. Be sure to head down to the comments and let me know what your favorite hack or product was today. Also, while you're down there, be sure to check out the Burga deal. I'm so excited about these cases. How cute are they? Remember, you can buy 2, you'll get 2, so 4 for the price of 2, and then you can stack that Craft Buddy coupon on top of it. So Whiskey X15, either via this QR code or the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new so you don't miss a future video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!